to no recording today.
Hello. Welcome to Ram and Goat Astrology. I am Laura Lee.
And I'm Helena. Welcome.
We are back.
Episode, with
three.
Still November. Episode number 3 on November transits, because there has been, oh my God, we've been drowning in transits.
So many.
Feel like,
Yeah.
You can see the light now, the end of the tunnel, but
I've had so many clients messaging me go, what in the planetary shifting is happening? And I was like, sorry. It's a lot. If you want to know,
it's too much for a text.
Go listen to the podcast. It's too much. I can't. So
every day,
movement, so much movement, which means here in Earth, we have to move. We have to be doing something along with the planets and working with them and flowing with them. And we can't be just sitting stagnant. We have to allow our energies to move and shift and change with the planets. So if you feel a little discombobulated, a little bit unsure of if you're on the right path or what's going on, or why isn't my business doing this, or why are my kids doing this, just everybody take a deep breath.
Yeah.
And know that it will settle soon. And we have some good news for you for this week. So let's dive in.
Let's do it. So starting on November 24th, we have Mercury in Scorpio at a conjunction with Venus in Scorpio.
Very intense.
I like this. Yeah, it is intense. So Mercury is our mind, our intellect, how we process information. It's still retrograde, by the way, but now in a conjunction meeting up with Venus, which is our values, our relationships to, whatever we value pretty much, and our friendships and everything.
Mm-hmm. Our money, our possessions.
And in Scorpio, which is brings the intensity and the hyper focus. So we will be probably thinking a lot about maybe our resources, how to deal with our resources, friendships, how to handle our relationships. Like there will be a lot of mental activity and focus around that.
Absolutely.
But since Mercury is retrograde, maybe you'll be thinking about past relationships, past friendships, past things you have done with your money,
Yep. And choices. This is a time for you to adjust that, right? Use the Scorpio transformation energy to maybe reinvest, or maybe you're moving your money from one type of account into another type of account that just is better yield for you or better income or whatever, right? So just, it doesn't have to be losing or gaining. It could be just transferring from one credit card to another with a better interest rate. Or Mercury wants us to think about things, and it's giving us this opportunity to go back and adjust something. And Venus is friendships, relationships, and money. So go back and check your money, right? Do you have any subscriptions that are sucking you dry and you're not using them, right? Cancel that. Do you have your money and your savings in an account that maybe isn't the safest, or maybe it's with a bank that is just unethical, right?
Yeah.
Change that, right? Put it into a credit union, or put it in something else, life insurance, whatever, right? Something that feels better aligned for you.
Yeah, I love that. Like redirecting, transforming the way we handle our resources. That's perfect.
Yeah.
And resources like with time as well, because I was thinking about relationships. So time that you spend with people and spend doing things. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a Monday. So when the banks open on Monday, make a phone call, move your money, or call and say, hey, give me a lower interest rate or whatever it is. But spend an hour on Monday, the 24th, adjusting your finances some way. I think it'll be, if everyone just looks at something with their finances, canceling a subscription, changing something, it'll set your whole week up for success. And then the next year going forward too.
Yeah.
What's next then?
Then on November 25th, we have 2 transits. We have Venus here again. So this week is basically Venus week. And on Tuesday, Venus in Scorpio is having a trine to Saturn in Pisces.
Yes.
And then a little bit later, a trine to Jupiter in Cancer.
Mm-hmm. So I want to just give a little shout out to my baby brother, Ricky. Happy birthday, Ricky, on the 25th. He's not a baby, but he was born when I was 8, so I got
Yeah.
to raise him. But he's such a cool person. So on his birthday, this Venus in Scorpio trying to Saturn and Pisces. I love this energy. It's soft, which is Venus, but serious, which is Saturn, right?
Yeah.
So we've got some. I would say I would probably call this, because it's in Scorpio, some emotional, like truth telling, right? And then we've got
Mm.
Saturn, which is commitment, and then we've got it in Pisces. So that's got to be like a spiritual or soul aligned thing. So we've got some soul aligned connections and commitments and depth of truth telling all going on this day. It's a healing day.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, absolutely. I was feeling what you were saying, and it definitely get that vibe of the, this is something that goes beyond this physical realm because it's Pisces, it's Scorpio. Um and absolutely something about um some kind of bond we have to like to each other, some kind of bond you have with someone else
Yeah.
that is maturing or that you have to mature through, like something maybe quite like a karmic bond that
Mm-hmm.
is getting some extra energy, and you're thinking about that, you're being in that energy, and you're maybe messaging someone, maybe you're writing in, you're probably gonna do something that's gonna move a lot of things. You might not see it so visibly, but I think it's gonna,
Exactly.
it happens under the surface.
Absolutely, because we've got the Scorpio and Pisces vibe. So Pisces is
Yeah,
nebulous, cloudy fogginess, and Scorpio is down in the depths of the ocean. So either way, it's not in our conscious realm, right? So this is one of those like quiet days of universal support or blessings.
yeah,
Right. It
yeah,
could be like a new long-term relationship or a big financial opportunity that was based on past effort, right? Because
yeah,
Saturn is retrograde, so this is past energy. So you may
yeah,
have made this connection already with somebody, a business person, or a connection with, a client, and now that's coming back to financially bless you. There's a
mm.
lot of different ways this could show up, but I really like this energy.
Yeah,
Like really, really a
yeah, me
lot.
too. It feels it feels very karmically aligned.
It
And
does.
absolutely, did you mention like contract? Did you say contract or
No, I
something?
didn't. But anytime Saturn's involved, there's definitely
Yeah,
some
it feels
contracts.
like a soul contract or like some kind of like karmic contract.
Mm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of safety involved too,
Mm.
right? Like a safety ability, almost like, oh, okay. So this is a weird vibe or a weird image that they're giving me, but like somebody who's been in an unsafe situation, let's say like a woman and her children in like domestic violence, and then like the police or somebody show up and they get her to safety, right? And then she can
Mm.
start the healing process, and she gets put into a temporary housing, and she gets the right support systems, and there's a safety feeling in this. Like this deep
Yeah.
surrender of like that karmic thing is over now, right? And
Yeah.
I can surrender and be emotionally safe and do the healing.
Mm.
That's a weird image, but that's kind of what the vibe I'm getting to come through
Yeah.
is like this deep letting go. So this is a big deal
It
on
is. This
Tuesday
this
here.
transit that transit feels a lot. It does have a big vibe.
For real.
And
And the same day there's another one.
yeah, exactly.
So we have
Uh,
then Venus, of course, she's still hanging out in Scorpio. Now she's trying to Jupiter in the other
yeah.
water energy. So now we've got this other vibe going with the water that we can consciously see and feel, the top of this ocean, right? We understand
Yeah.
that energy. So how do you read this one?
So trying to Jupiter in Cancer. So okay, so we have the Venus, the value and relationships intensity under the surface, and this easy flowing energy to Jupiter in Cancer. And Jupiter has been in Cancer for so long. I feel like we talked so much about Jupiter in Cancer.
And yeah, he's
But it
retrograde
is
too. So
yeah, and it is this energy of sort of expansion in like family and whatever you call like family, your home, your homeland, whatever is home to you.
mhm.
But Jupiter can also be quite almost obnoxious. Like it can be a lot.
Yeah.
So it can be, you know, uh, maybe care about the home too
Too
much. Like,
much.
just, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. I feel like the Jupiter in Cancer, I just keep thinking about the like po world politics and
Yeah.
um what's it called when you like patriotism.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
Toxic patriotism when it just is becomes a symbol of something. It's like, but what does it really mean, you know?
Right.
Um and then Venus in Scorpio can show you through your relationships and your values in a very like in a sort of stingy and harsh way because it's Scorpio. So I feel like maybe there will be some hard truths
Yeah. Yeah, for
rising
sure.
about this home sort of energy.
Yeah, because Jupiter in Cancer is going to magnify, emotional energies, emotional wisdom, emotional any movement, emotions, right? And then
Yeah,
protection as well. So if people are highly emotional and protecting,
yeah,
and then we have Venus, which this is what we value, and it's in this intense scorpionic energy of desire.
yeah,
This could be, it's not a bad thing, but it's very big, it's very intense, and
yeah,
it's emotional abundance and then also overflow, right? So there could be this amplification of all of this big feelings, big nurturing, big belonging, right? All of the things that go with
yeah,
Cancer, but then amplify the passion and intimacy and depth of Scorpio. So
yeah,
together, it could be feeling really held and really supported and really seen, or feeling like you have to protect those things, right? Protect the things that you
yeah,
value, and
intensely.
yep, in unexpected ways too. So there's going to be a mostly a really lovely energy with this. Like I think this could really lead to the deepening of our values and our relationships and the deepening of those bonds with the meaningful connections. I think that's how it will show up. And those
Mm,
bonds and connections could be to fight against the patriarchy. Right?
yeah,
Right. You bond with this other woman who's got her situation similar to yours, and that family who's got her
mm,
situation similar to yours, and you all come together to then take action because you're
yeah.
really emotionally activated.
Yes, this is so because Saturn and Jupiter are also they're 1 degree apart from being an exact trine to each other as well. So it's basically this grand water trine between Venus, Saturn, and Jupiter
Yep.
in Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. So this an overflow of emotions.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
that is great if the emotions are love and acceptance and peace and harmony. Could be
yeah.
a little bit rough if there are other emotions that
Yeah,
are,
I mean, sometimes you need a little bit of anger too,
yeah,
but as long as it has like a good outcome.
absolutely. It's really learning to love with wisdom, right? There's the Saturn,
Yeah.
and then Jupiter, of course, as we gain our wisdom through learned experiences. And there's just so much intuition and feeling involved in this. So my advice would be to lean into your intuition. Take a moment to go into your feelings and into your intuition, into your inner knowing, and feel what's moving you, what's pulling you.
Yeah.
Do you need to have an honest conversation with somebody and deal with something that then deepens the love? Or do you need to go
Mm.
take action with another somebody and defend yourself or your homeland or your whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
There's going to be those emotional bonds big time on Tuesday. I'm so curious what's going
Mm.
to show up in the government on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Something's happening. Hmm.
This is always some,
Always
I feel
something
like there's
happening.
always something happening in the government.
It's a big
But
day though, November 25th. I'm
yeah,
excited for this day. It's mostly,
yeah,
I feel like mostly a really lovely day.
yeah. Same.
So
So the
then
next,
the 26th is still kind of the residual of those energies. So still kind of flowing into the 26th. You'll be feeling that on Wednesday as well. And then what
yeah.
happens the 27th? I'm so excited.
Saturn goes direct in Pisces.
Finally,
Wow.
finally.
Yeah. So Saturn is right now at 25 degrees in Pisces. And yeah, we'll station direct and start moving forward again and won't be in Pisces for another 28 and a half years ish.
I'm fine with that.
It's a long time. Yeah, it's a long time
I
for us to
didn't
learn about.
I didn't prefer Saturn in Pisces. It wasn't my favorite. It was okay. I understood it enough to get past the class, but I didn't
Mhm.
like it. No. And probably because
No.
my mind is in Pisces. So it's literally parking it on my mind right now on Mercury. But in general, I just feel like Saturn doesn't fit in Pisces well. It's a hard energy to merge with that nebulous spirituality. And we've really been working on it.
Mm.
We're all working on it, but man, because it just blurs the boundaries and it dissolves our clarity.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's like having a you're like living in this community where everyone's just like high on life and is walking around like yeah, and then like someone comes in and like you need to go there and do that. You need to go this, do
Yeah.
that. This needs to
Yes.
be done. What's
Yes.
everyone doing? Let's be here tomorrow at 7 a.m. And everyone's like, what's going on? You
Exactly.
know,
I've had
we were just having a lovely time.
so many clients that have been so confused lately, and I have to reassure them it's
Mm,
okay. There's a ton of planets going backwards. One of the main ones being Saturn going deeper back into Pisces, going back
yeah,
into 25 degrees. That's he had made his way out. He was at 3 degrees Aries. We were moving forward.
yeah.
We were moving on with life. And then he was like, no, we got to go back and finish that. We didn't build that right. Let's go back.
I forgot about some things. I
Yep,
need to go back and check on them and make sure it's done correctly.
exactly. And that is where people are annoyed and have this frustrated feeling of like, wait, I thought I knew what I was doing. I thought we were going forward.
Yeah.
And it kind of created this big confusion. But now that he's going direct, we get to have more clarity around the structure that we were supposed to be working
Yes.
on.
It's going to be very interesting the time frame from Saturn stationing direct in Pisces and then ingressing into Aries to see okay what is gonna because I feel like there can be a lot of forward movement around um everything that's Pisces related, which is a lot. It's how we function, like our non-verbal sort of like everything that's subconscious and how like
Yep.
spirituality and compassion and yeah, like how are we gonna move ahead? I'm really excited about that.
Yeah. Yeah, because when
Yeah.
now that Saturn's going forward, we get to now take a moment to integrate what we learned spiritually that now needs to be applied practically, right?
Yeah.
Because he's the practical application and the Pisces was a spiritual absorption. So, what did we absorb? And then we
Mm-hmm.
squeeze what we absorbed out into the bowl and we look at it and we go, okay, how can we apply this practically?
Yeah.
And so it really is where healing has to become our lifestyle. Essentially, we should have, during this last 3 year transit with Saturn and Pisces, we should have been building spirituality, healing, and emotional compassion and artistry into our life, into the foundation and
Yeah.
structure of our life. That's what we should have been doing. If you didn't, you got a couple months to figure that shit out. But that's really what
Yeah.
we were supposed to be doing. And now that he's moving forward, we can really take time to make sure that that's all integrated the way it needs to be, right? We will probably notice old patterns surfacing and we'll need to release and surrender them. That's what Pisces is, right? Let it go. Release and surrender. So we get to
Absolutely.
reclaim that new structure without any guilt. That new, yes, I go for a walk every day and sit in the woods for 15 minutes. And that's what I do every day. And don't nobody fuck with that because that's what I do. Right? Like it's this new concrete thing we've built into our life that is
Mm.
non-negotiable. But in that concrete thing, well, there's nothingness or there's creative flow or there's music or right. But that concrete structure of nothingness is non-negotiable. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Crystal clear.
Whoop.
Yeah. And then 2 days later, November 29th, our friend Mercury stations direct and starts moving forward in Scorpio.
Deep
Yay.
breath in.
Yeah.
I feel so much better when the planets start going in the direction they're supposed to be going.
Hey, they're supposed to be going a little bit backwards too.
I don't care.
You
I
just
don't
don't
like it.
like
I don't
it.
like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
es-
So
es-
Mercury
Especially when there's
retrograde, I
so
think everyone
many,
knows about this.
right? There's so
Yeah.
many going backwards. And when a few of them start going forward, it feels like your life can start kind of moving forward again.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
fact that Saturn is going direct, Mercury is going direct just in the last couple of weeks. Ceres started going direct. Like there's a bunch that are starting to move. Pluto's going direct. So we're starting to have this
Yeah.
forward go.
Forward motion.
Yeah,
You like that.
I sure do.
Yeah, you sure do. But yeah, Mercury, for those who don't know why Mercury direct is such a pleasure for us, is because Mercury being retrograde, it just the everyday sort of communication, transportation, working with computers, everything is just a little bit like not really working as easily and flowy as it usually is because Mercury uh, rules all of those things. And when it's in retrograde, things just slow down because we need to slow down. But yay,
Yep.
now we don't need to slow down. We can go ahead and book our trips, plan our things, buy that house. I
Get
don't know
together
if we're
with your
gonna buy a
friends.
house, but
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, plan stuff, get a new job, sign contracts, all
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah. All the things. All the things. So
Yeah,
I love that Saturn goes forward and then 2 days later our mind goes forward. And then I checked earlier, December 10th is when Neptune goes direct as well. So
yeah.
hallelujah.
Yeah, and now we're also in the. Do you feel the difference now being in Sag, the sun being in Sagittarius?
Hell yeah. I love it.
Yeah,
Usually about two
me
days
too.
before Sag moves into Sag, or the sun moves into Sag, it's like I can feel the energy coming from the depths of the water, the deep, deep, deep,
Mm.
and like rising up. And I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, we're starting to ascend.
yeah.
Get
Things feel lighter. They don't like you. We really need that time in Scorpio energy. And at the end of that period, I usually feel like, because that's in my eighth house as well, and I usually feel very done. And now it's like I was just looking at the I was just looking at the transits like, can the sun go a little bit faster, please? How many more hours? How many more days?
please faster any
Yeah,
day. Yeah, that's in my
yeah,
sixth Scorpio. My whole sixth house is Scorpio. It's actually
yeah.
intercepted in there. And so it's just it gets super intense on a daily basis. Every day,
Mm-hmm.
every day, every day, every day, every day. And I really start to look for like hope, right? That light at the end of the
Yeah.
tunnel is really like, is this going to get better? And of course, it starts getting cold in Wisconsin then, and the kids are inside a lot more. And this year with my solar return, Pluto's in the fourth house, so it's extra intense at home with the
Mm.
family. And I'm like, you guys can all take a hike. I hate this day.
Yeah. And do you know what I have been thinking about? But I haven't really heard people talk about this. But your chart, like always at this time of the year, you will have, the sun in Scorpio in your sixth house
Yeah.
at the same time of the year.
Yep.
And like around Christmas, that happens in the same house in your astrology chart every year in the
Every year.
same house. So it brings the same sort of specific energy for you.
Yep.
And at some points of the year, you have this thing, people have this thing like, oh yeah, usually in the beginning of spring, I usually feel a bit bad. Or like usually in the middle of fall, I have this dip, or usually around this time, I usually make all of my traveling plans. And that is so interesting because, yeah, I mean, just look at your astro chart and see it like the year wheel, and then you can just see like, oh, that's why I always feel like that around Christmas time.
Yep.
That's why I always feel like that around vacation time. Hey, maybe I should take my vacation a few weeks earlier. Maybe that would suit me better.
Absolutely.
We understand the how we go about the cycle of the year a lot better.
Absolutely. I always get
Yeah.
activated in Libra time, which is where I
Yeah.
have 4 planets: Wisdom, Pallas Athena, my Mars taking action, Saturn, grow up and do something karmic that you have to
Yeah.
heal, and Pluto, let's transform this shit because we're getting too stagnant. Right. So as
Yeah.
soon as those get like boom, 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 I get this like hit, boom. of waking
Yeah.
up, and then boom, another one, and then another one. And so Libra season is this huge activator. And then we go right into Scorpio season, which has my Jupiter. So then there's huge expansion. So that time of year for me is always huge. But if I try
Yeah.
and do shit in early summer, like Gemini Cancer season, there's no way. I don't have, that's not where I'm active. That's not where things are lit up. That's when I'm like planting the garden and leave me alone. Like just leave me alone.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, I love looking at those
It
patterns.
is interesting. Yeah, my son, because I have really small houses, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it moves fast. The sun is moving fast around this time of the year for me between the different houses. And mine is heading towards my MC, entering my 10th house. And it's always around this time of the year. Like I'm planning this Christmas market, and it's always so intense right at this time. And I'm like, yeah, it makes perfect sense.
It
It
does.
makes perfect sense. Yeah, work mode.
Exactly. Work mode. I'm
Yeah.
getting focused on my purpose and contribution to society.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I think that's a great thing. We should do a whole other podcast episode on that particular subject.
Yeah. Alrighty.
All right. So then we have on the 29th is
Yeah.
also, so not only does Mercury go direct, but also Venus is in Scorpio still. And she's now opposite Uranus in Taurus. So she's at the tail end of Scorpio, and Uranus is in Taurus is at the tail end. And so this is a really interesting transit because this happens the 2 days after Thanksgiving in the States. And this could be really interesting for spending money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just seeing like you know, money just leaving your pocket out of nowhere. Like, why did you buy all of those things,
Yes.
lady?
If you are
Keep your
trying,
money in your
okay,
pants.
everyone listen. If you are trying to manage your finances this year at Black Friday and Small Business Saturday after Thanksgiving, if this is a thing, you're really trying to manage your money and you don't want to have a whole bunch of stuff go right, like be very diligent the 28th
Yeah.
and 29th. Do
Don't
not
fall for those deals.
don't do it.
Don't. It doesn't make you richer. It's not, it's not, it doesn't
Yeah,
make sense. Like, the girls' math when you're like, well, actually, I earned money doing that. No, you did not.
you did
You
not.
didn't
That's
earn money buying that new, whatever it was.
I
I'm
don't
sure
care
you
if you
didn't
have
need it either.
new Starbucks points on your card or what. No, you didn't earn money. You
Yeah.
spent money. Point is, you bought a thing and now your money's gone. Because you guys,
Yeah.
Uranus brings surprises and shocks and breakthroughs and disruptions. So,
And Uranus is in Taurus, so I
yeah,
feel like this, like whatever, even if we try or not, unexpected things that comes to finances and relationships, it's gonna happen. So let's
yep,
do the best we can
yep.
to not throw away our money.
This could be a really great transit, like I talked about earlier, too, on Monday, to reinvent how you earn or how
Yeah,
you invest or how you express or spend your
that's
money.
great.
That's a
Yeah, let's use
great way
that
to use that.
Uranus energy in a way that it actually
Yeah,
benefits
you want to
us. Yeah,
reinvent the Taurus vibration. Now, remember, Venus is in Scorpio, which is one money sign, and Uranus is in Taurus, the other money sign. So this is very much money connected, okay? And money
hmm
is the currency we use in this earthly realm, and some of us have easy flow access to it, and some of us are struggling with that. So use this day to align yourself better. Uranus shakes loose the things that
yeah,
aren't working, the things that are not aligned with your authentic self. So it shakes you up and it's like, knock it off, bitch. Quit spending stupid money on stupid shit.
yeah.
So you can use that as a way to wake you up and go, wow, I need to stop having so many streaming services or so many memberships to this, or I need to cut some of this stuff out. That's a great way to use this energy, not to buy more shit. Don't do that.
No,
No.
no.
Because what it's doing, this transit really, if you really look into it, it's exposing things, right? Uranus or Venus in Scorpio at the tail end is exposing. And then
hmm
this is an opposition. So it's an imbalance
Yeah,
between craving something close, which is Taurus, right? I just want to snuggle with my stuffy, right? And craving
yeah.
independence, which is Uranus. So there's this imbalance that we need to bring awareness to. and really recognize what we truly value. Do we value getting our family gifts, or do we value emotional stability for our family and not going into the new year in debt from buying more shit that nobody needed?
Yeah. No.
Right?
No, 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 no,
I
no,
see
no,
where
no.
this could be a breakaway from the consumerism that is pushed on these days. This could be people rebelling against the consumerism too and being like, fuck it, I'm not actually going to buy anything this weekend.
Yeah.
Right. So that might be a great way that happens too.
Keep that wallet closed.
I'm going to take it. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Close it up.
So that's an interesting thing to happen the same day that Mercury goes direct, because it feels like we can get some mental clarity around our finances as well.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
And then the 30th is the last transit. There's 2 of them, and this is a Sunday. And again, we have Venus and Venus. So Venus is trying to Neptune in Pisces, because Neptune is at the tail end of Pisces.
Yeah,
so this
29 degrees.
Yep. So this can be dreamy and a little bit illusionary and delusional again about our money and what we value and how we spend things. So this is another one that supports, maybe don't spend things that don't align with you, where you're trying to move to, right? If you want to buy something, let's say you want to buy an astrology reading with me, by all means, go ahead, because what I do is I help you align with yourself better, right? So if you're going to spend money, make sure it's something that feels aligned and feels good for you. It's something that can help you grow in your compassion or grow in your emotional understanding. That's really what an astrology reading helps with. So
yeah, absolutely. Just don't spend money that you don't have. Because that creates so much stress.
Exactly.
And also maybe lean into this idea of trading.
Barter. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. What a great system. Barter system is one of my favorites. So that's a nice energy with valuing the things that bring us peace and harmony and love. And just there's a lot of like dreaminess on the 30th. And then of course, Venus enters Sagittarius the end of the day on the 30th. So we now move our planet of values and money and love into the sign of optimism and learning and education. And again, if you want to buy an astrology reading with me or with me and Helena, that would be a great way to spend your money with Sagittarius, Venus, because you're learning and exploring and gaining a new philosophy of life. Right. So if you're going to be spending your money, make sure it's aligned with those things and that you do have the money to spend. That's important.
Absolutely. And Venus has had a week. And it's so interesting that Venus in Scorpio has been doing all sorts of things this week, and then just ending on Sunday, the last thing it does, like, okay, first a trine to Neptune, and then later that day going into Sagittarius.
Yep.
Venus has been busy.
She's like going out with a fireworks show, right? Like, bye everybody, here's the grand finale. I'm going to enter Sagittarius. And now she just gives us these awesome fireworks at the end of the month.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, what a week. What a week.
Week. And that brings us to the 1st of December. Look at that. And we are in the last month of 2025.
Yeah.
Holy man, that went fast.
Yeah, it did.
So fast.
It did. Oh no, but I also feel like November has been going on for ages, really. I don't even remember when November started. It's been years.
How long's this damn month been?
Yeah. And what day did November start? I'm not following.
Oh my God, that's funny. I love that. Well, thanks everybody for listening to the end of November transits. We will be back with telling you how December is going to go, and then we'll have some interviews for you and some new shows. So thank you so much. We appreciate you, and please share this with anybody who might need a little awareness around what's going on in the astrological weather. Thanks so much.
See you next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us this week. Be sure to like and support the show by sharing with a friend or joining us on Patreon. And you can buy us a tea or coffee and financially support us. Thank you so much. It's so appreciated.